Okay, I think I am live. I don't know. This is absolutely a test, and for those of you who know me, and there are some who do, it does not surprise you that I'm going to find the technology really difficult. Second nature to a lot of people, but it's not to me. This has been a very hard, it's always very hard, continues to be a steep uphill learning curve. Uh, there's a thing on here that says control room. Learn more about how to moderate your broadcast by controlling your guests' microphones and cameras. Well, I can't handle any of that right now. Kind of lost the train of thought here. There's a couple things that motivate me to the challenge of trying to figure out this live stream, how to make videos, stuff. Seems like I've been, I don't know, Purple told me yesterday, she said, well, you've done everything else. That's true. Since I got involved in this, I have done all kinds of things that I thought I was stark raving nuts at the time when I did that too. I did talk shoes. I did a study group. I did a study group for a long time, which was an effort. When I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on in our world, I studied phenomena as I saw it unraveling, opening before me. And I invited others to share this research with me, and we did a study group. We did that for a long time. Then my circumstances changed, and I had to go offline and way out of any known comfort zone in my own history. And I lost those contacts, most of them. I lost everything. It was a long road, a long, very hazardous road. And I lost everything. And here lately, there was one thing that I had left that mattered to me more than anything else ever did or ever will. And there has been an interruption in that. I don't know if it's gone forever, but it's missing in action, MIA. And I think POW. I don't know what the hell happened. But until that contact is restored to me, I have to do something else. And here's the thing about that. I'm not MIA. I'm not missing in action. I am here where I am known to be, where I am expected to remain to be, and I'm not missing in action. I can be found, and I will be found. And it is my prayer that that connection will be restored to me. And when he comes, he will find me doing what he wants me to do, and what I should do, what I'm going to try to do, and that is continue the work that we were doing together. And it is work. It doesn't come easy. The other reason that I have reached out over time in all these different ways online and trying to find the connections, trying to find my people, trying to, I don't know what, overcome the prison of my aloneness. That sense has been with me since my early childhood. I remember I was about 8 years old, maybe 9, and one of the reading material that was available was the Reader's Digest. This was way back in the day. And I liked, even at that age, I read, I studied. And, I have to show you this one. This is Edward. He came in from the milk room as a bedraggled kitten about to die, and he's been nursed back to health. And so he's climbed up here on my lap. There's another kitten here today that I don't see her right now, but when I find her, I will show you. She's scheduled for surgery on Monday. All right, getting back to the Reader's Digest. There was a line in this Reader's Digest when I was about 8 or 9, I don't remember, that said, it was a quote from a psychiatrist named Erich Fromm, F-R-O-M-M, and I don't know too much about Erich Fromm. I don't know why he was being quoted. But the statement was that the greatest need, the greatest human need, is to get out of the prison of our aloneness. And although I was very young, I was aware of that prison of my aloneness. And I had been aware of it since I was, 3.5, and I realized I was alive. Yeah, I did. I realized I was alive in a physical world as opposed to being eternally alive in some kind of spirit form. And I had, it was devastating. I cried and I cried and I cried when I realized what being alive meant. It was very devastating, and in my early childhood, I had moments like that when the adults around me had no idea what on earth, what trauma I was experiencing. But so I had known when I was 8 or 9, I had a full sense of what that aloneness, that prison of my aloneness was and felt like, and what it was like to live kind of behind a wall and looking out and never feeling one with anyone. Until my recent online experience and the love that penetrated that prison of aloneness. All right. It is vague to me what exactly I'm supposed to do here in this new format. And this is just a test. I'm just figuring out the hardware or the software or whatever kind of ware it is. And getting used to talking to myself. All I can see here is my own face on the screen, which is, because Uh, as near as I can tell at this moment, if I'm able to go forward with this, I will be discussing the various news pieces that I put up on my blog and on my thread. My thread and my blog are closely connected. They are not quite the same, but they are closely connected. And I have been doing this blog thread thing for 18 months. I did my blog, I don't know, a couple of years before that, but for 18 months I've been doing Max's thread. And there are people who have followed Max's thread from day one all the way through. And so it's primarily those people that I am speaking to who know the bullshit history of all of this that I talk about in my own life. I am not an unknown quantity. Unknown, I guess quality is the correct word. So the people who are familiar with me do know what I'm talking about. And and the blog, the news pieces that I post every day. And it will, if I can persist in this, which for right now, I feel like, I don't know, this is, we'll see. So I do vaguely plan to be discussing the various news pieces that I put up on my blog every day. And I will tell you that 18 months ago, everything was very scattered. Very scattered. You couldn't see the forest through the trees at all. The news stream now, though, is coherent. It's very coherent. There is no doubt what is going on, and very little doubt about what is coming next. It's an amazing thing, actually, that the news stream has become coherent. And there have been things discovered in the news stream that are stunning, that shock me to the very core of my awareness. There are things happening in today's world that even 6 months ago, I absolutely could not have dreamed or foreseen. No one could have. No one in the United States could have. We didn't have access. It just wasn't. And most people still have no awareness. Most Americans still have no awareness. It is as if the deaf and dumb demonic spirit has been implanted in the majority of good, decent Americans. And there was many ways for the deaf, dumb spirit to keep the people from awareness. Many ways, chief of which is, of course, the mainstream media. All but obliterated the reality and the truth. People are waking up. It's a very slow, laborious process. And I don't know how they're ever going to catch up. I just can't even imagine how they're ever going to catch up. I don't know. Oh. Mute microphone and turn camera off. Okay, I don't want to do either of those things. Adjust bandwidth usage. I have no idea what the hell that means. And then there's a thing called settings and a red phone. Click that when I leave the call, I guess. Y'all gotta just, bear with me with this. There is no other way to do it. Sometimes you just have to jump in. All right. So I've entitled this Maxsthread Unraveled. It appears to be running live. I have no idea what I clicked on. And I don't know if I can duplicate it and do it again. And, I'm sitting here in my old bathrobe. Yeah, my old bathrobe. There's all my junk behind me. Here's my kitten. I haven't even had my morning coffee yet. There's a windstorm in progress. I went out once early to take Charles out. Charlie had to go pee. I went out on the porch for a few minutes. Mike he hadn't been out yet, and Jenny and him were just getting dressed, and I don't know, maybe. I don't know what I live on a farm with my beautiful niece, my niece Jenny, and her husband Mike. And I don't know, it's hard to keep up. They're very active. There's always farm stuff going on, and it's hard to keep up. I don't know what the plan is for the day. I kind of am the last one to know. Yesterday, the wind blew a tree limb down. It's still a big tree limb too, in one of the trees in the front yard, and it's just hanging there, completely flattened. So the windstorm, and I've been writing, in a way about the twisted wind. The twisted wind. People thought I was bullshitting. No, I felt the twisted wind coming. The green wind tried to get through and rebloom everything and couldn't. And the twisted wind came instead. Twisted everything. Yeah, the twisted wind, the whirlwind. And so there are the two dimensions, at least the two, the physical world that we live in and our own private little view of life, our own, the small picture stuff, the little picture stuff. And then there is the big picture stuff. And the thing that is happening is that the line between the little picture and the big picture is blurring. The big picture is overtaking us all. And the big picture looks the same on the continent of Europe as it does on the continent of North America. The big picture looks the same, whether you're viewing it from New Zealand, Australia, Canada. The big picture is the same. And the boundary between the big picture and the little picture is being erased little by little, getting thinner every day. And we're all partaking now, or will very soon, of the ravages of the big picture. Yes, there are still small enclaves where life seems very normal, placid, peaceful, the same as it always was. Nothing's changed. You know, you're born, you live, you die. It's just all part of the experience, and, you know, people want to preserve, for as long as they can, the life that they know and that is familiar to them. They know what? This new truth picture to interfere with their current life. I don't blame them, I guess. I really don't. And many people still have the means, they do. They still have the ingredients to live in that life that is now passing before our eyes. So there are still these enclaves, and people do want to stay in that awareness, I think, as long as they can. Several people have actually told me that. They've actually, and they're clear enough on it that they can verbalize it. And people have told me that. And I believe it. And, you know, I don't blame them. I guess if I had anything still left to lose, I would want to hang on to it too, for as long as I could, I guess. I don't know. But in my case, you know, the whirlwind came, and everything was taken away, including the last thing, which I, you know, mentioned when I first started talking about this. The thing that mattered the most to me has been carried away by this whirlwind. And it has affected my life more than anyone can imagine. And so I think now I'm just rambling on. I will attempt another go with this. And when I do, I will focus on the various pieces on my blog and not ramble quite so badly. But in any case, I want you to know I am Max. I am here. I am what I always was. I will always be what I am. And there is a way that I love you all very much. You matter to me. I cannot do this without you. I never could do this without you. So, all right, I will just say later, Gator. See you tomorrow or whenever I do this again. Now I'm going to click the button that says stop broadcast and see what that does.